College and Carthage College. At this time, please direct your attention to the American flag located at the north end of the arena. It draped the coffin of Captain Frank Ferreri, a former Carthage College student who died in Vietnam in 1970. The flag is a gift to the college from his parents. In remembering Captain Ferreri, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. And now at this time, please rise. If you're able, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Starting lineups, tonight's men's basketball game between the Ripon College Redhawks and the Carthage College Firebirds. First, let's meet the Redhawks. Starting at forward, the 6'7" junior from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 12, Colby Williams. At guard, the 6'3" junior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 13, C.J. Brown. At guard, the 5'10" senior from Chicago, Illinois, 22, Dominic Galati. At guard, the 6'4" senior from Kenosha, Wisconsin, number 23, Cade Techmeyer. And at guard, the 6'4" senior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, number 34, Luke Meinholz. The head coach of the Redhawks is Kenny Bingo, assisted by Josh Mills, Ryan Waddell, Jalen Mahone, Trent Jones, and Adam Shelter. And now then, it's time to meet your Carthage College Fire!
Just to watch that you go look for my drive off this way, going on the show. I've been on the road, I don't care why I go, because I keep playing. That ain't no fire, she ain't on mine. So as I keep that shit get straight, for this on time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, we're the get paid. Every other night, get paid. Every other night, something will do it.
Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for NCAA men's basketball here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Looking through the starters now for the Firebirds in the Battle of the Birds. Red Hawks, Firebirds coming your way on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. AJ Williams, Ryan Johnson, Riley Brooks, AJ Johnson, and Griffin Dawn going to be your starting five for the home Firebirds. Ripon comes in at a 2-2 record, and if that sounds familiar, so is Carthage. Carthage winning their first two contests of the year against IIT and Alma, losing against Wisconsin, Platteville, and Anderson. We're about to have the tip-off here, and we are underway in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferreri. Thank you for joining us on this cooler Tuesday evening, just a 48-hour span before Thanksgiving, and that's something to be thankful for if you're a Red Hawk fan. A left hand up and in, Luke Meinholz, the senior out of Mechanimawauk, Wisconsin. The visiting Red Hawks in their road blacks, white numbers and letters, red trim. Taken away by the Red Hawks. Carthage, 2-3 zone, pump fake, off the feet, driving in, blocked at the last minute by number 10, Ryan Johnson, the sophomore. The younger brother of AJ Johnson. Carthage ranked near the top for the preseason conference standings. Four seconds remaining on the shot clock. Looking for the inbound is the aforementioned Meinholz. The quick in, the pass with two, with one, goes up strong and is blocked. Shaking his head no is Griffin Dawn in the starting lineup today. A little bit of a punt fake, no foul. AJ Johnson delivers his first bucket of the evening. Bringing things up the court now is Tackmeyer, the 6'4 senior out of Pestigo, Wisconsin. Swiped down by Dawn. Last year, Dawn, just your all-around Johnny on the spot type player. Whatever you needed, he's there. How about a drive doing the baseline? Ryan Johnson delivers out of Oswego East High School. Ryan Johnson, fourth leading scorer on the team, averaging 9 points a game. Leading scorer for Ripon is the aforementioned Meinholz at 14.3. Meinholz, that is. Looks for the spin, draws contact, kicks out, long range three. Airballs it, no good. Shot clock violation because it didn't hit the rim for 2-year score. Again, Carthage winning the first two games, but haven't really found their groove these last two, scoring 70 plus in each of the contests. So offense hasn't been the issue. It's been more so on the defensive side. As seen, Antoine Nesbitt not in the starting lineup. Dawn drives in with the left hand. Tried to push it out for the offensive board. It was Johnson going up strong and getting the foul. Kate Tackmeyer forces it up, gets the contact on the way, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Mentioned Meinholz, the leading scorer for the Red Hawks. Tackmeyer a hair behind at 10 points a game. No good, hard off the back iron. Top of the key, Johnson looks off for Dawn. Coach Jarakovic in his 6th year at the helm. The spin, looking for the three, rattles around, no good. Riley Brooks, who recently checked in, couldn't find it. Brooks out of Ripon, Wisconsin. sounding familiar, of course. Backing in, not able to find the bucket is Colby Williams, the 6'7" junior out of New Orleans. A.J. Williams tried the move, couldn't find anything, kicks back out, resets up the offense. Plenty of time. Johnson in, lays up, and good. So Colby Williams shuffled the feet just a hair too much. 6-4 Firebirds 2-point lead. C.J. Brown brought it up past half court. Resetting up the offense now for the Red Hawks. About to check in for the Firebirds, Colton Sigel. Off the side of the rim, no good. Nice follow through. Colby Williams wasn't blocked out. Able to drive in. That was one of the challenges for the Firebirds in years past, was that deep penetration offensively. Jump ball going to be called. And that is going the way of the Firebirds. Again, happy early Thanksgiving to all of you listening and watching from home, right here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. And we'll see if you are a Firebirds athletics fan / college sports fan. Some potential big announcements coming soon for Carthage College. Exciting to say the least. So first foul is going to be called against Meinholz. The inbound for Johnson. The fadeaway, no good, airs it. Nice pickup by Tackmeyer. That 1-2 offensive punch for Ripon. Really something that's going to cause the Firebirds fits tonight. You try to stop one, the other steps up. Who's going to be that third dog? It's been Colby Williams so far this season. Airs it off the front, but foul going to be called on Colton Sigel. Shooting two is going to be Tackmeyer. That one's good. Tackmeyer on the season, a .682 free throw percentage, 15 for 22. Second one good. Beautiful stroke. Just over 5 minutes in to this Tuesday evening's contest. Slight lead for the Red Hawks. Again, that penetration. There's the strength of Colby Williams. We spoke about him being that third wheel, but stepping up to the 1 or 2 spot when needed. The penetration showing itself. Dawn able to deliver. Carthage backed within 2. Nice rotation at the top of the line for the Red Hawks. Crossover left to right, inside the paint, pump fake, nowhere to go. Contact with Dawn, 5 seconds on the clock. The shot rolls around and no good. Dawn trying to pick up the pace. Firebirds usually a fast-paced offensive team, deep penetration. Sigel, step back. 3 ball, no good, back iron hard. Defensive board for Jarton Davis. Davis averaging just about 3 points a game. has played in all 4 contests, so one of those nice bench pieces for the Red Hawks. Thought about the 3, Johnson gave him space, falling down, travel going to be called. So Williams kind of lowered his shoulder into Johnson, but shuffled the feet. Johnson just kept going and fell backwards. So checking in now is Elijah Thomas, the junior, out of Aurora, Colorado. Sigel takes the hop, hands it off. No good, side iron. A.J. Williams, point blank rebound. Davis was looking for some sort of contact over the back, but Williams just out-jumped him. Tied at 10 apiece. Subbing in shortly is Ash Oglesby, the sophomore out of Racine, Wisconsin. Clock at 5. The spin, the shot. Rolls around and good. What presence in the paint. Cade Tackmeyer yet again delivering. Shouldering in, Johnson, quick underneath pass to Sigel. Williams had to give all awareness to Ryan Johnson under the basket. Sigel just kind of slipped through the back door to tie it up back at 12. Shot up and good. Stepping in now for the Firebirds, Garrett Arnold, the junior out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. One of the other Colorado products here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Sigel drives left. Corner of the paint, no good. The pump fake twice. Williams late on the convergence, but miss. Jarakovic saying push the pace. Sigel open for 3, finds it. Colton Sigel averaging just under 5 points a game, 5 for 17 from 3. Head coach for Ripon, head coach Kenny Finko. So a little bit of a pressure for the Firebirds. Just making the Red Hawks be cognizant of it. Firebirds up by 1. Pass inside. The roll around and in. There's that presence yet again under the basket. 32, Cameron Ford out of Athens, Wisconsin. That is Ford's first basket of the season. As he was one-on-one, it was a 32 versus 32 action. As Ash Oglesby couldn't quite defend it on time. Ripon up by 1. Depth lineup in for the Firebirds. Misguided pass by Garrett Arnold at the top. Under 10 minutes remaining, a fast-paced opening half of action. Early season non-conference matchup. 3-ball up, no good. Rebound, Williams. Jarakovic immediately sweeps the hand and says push forward. Pulling up a foot inside the 3-point line, no good. Foul going to be called against Ripon, drawing the foul that time. Is going to be number 32, Cameron Ford. So Ford called for the foul again. So what kind of happened on one of the prior sequences is that Ash Oglesby had kind of said, hey, he's been hooking me underneath. Next time down the court, they saw it, they called it. Timeout on the court. Ripping up by 1, 16-15. Appreciate you being with us. Once again, say it now, say it again. Happy early Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's got some fun plans for more or less a day and a half from now. Appreciate you joining us here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Spoke about Ripon and what they've done to get here this season. Opened up the season a few weeks ago on the 8th of November against Virginia Wesleyan. That was a 79-36 loss, so a real eye-opening contest of the season for Ripon. They bounced back in short order, a 55-47 victory against Keene on the 9th, so the next day. And then about a week later, they headed to Lakeland and won there, 75-63, before a recent loss 5 days ago against St. Norbert. That was a 67-59 score. On the season, Ripon shooting .329 from the field, allowing .431, shooting right at .250 from three, fairly good at .647 from the free throw line. So already for Ripon, 6 points on the board for Cameron Ford. Mark that Cade Techmeyer. So a nice 3-ball. Tanner Lamb out of Salt Lake City making his presence known early on in his substituting into the contest. Out of play, that was contact by the Firebirds. Ripon College, part of the Midwest Conference. And the Firebirds, of course, part of the CCIW. Another basket. A.J. Williams out of Whitney Young High School, home of the Dolphins. One of the premier high school basketball programs in Chicago, which, as you may know, one of the best cities to produce elite basketball prospects. Another 3-ball for the Firebirds, absolutely heating up. A.J. Williams. So just like that, the lead for Ripon not only has vanished, but is now seeing them in a 6-point deficit, 24-18. Flipping over to the other side, we spoke of how Ripon got to this point in the season. We'll go over to the Firebirds of Carthage. They started the season, as mentioned early on at the onset of the broadcast, with 2 wins against the Scarlet Hawks of the Illinois Institute of Technology, 82-56. Then almost the exact same score against Alma, 89-56. They then were on the road for 2 at Wisconsin Platteville with a 85-72 loss, and then at Anderson in Indiana, an 88-74 loss just 3 days ago. (24-18) your score, 8 minutes exactly remaining in the opening half of action. The spin, a little bit of a loss of possession, knocked away at the last moment by the Firebirds. Pushing the pace, Carthage, right side. The pump fake, deciding not to take it. Ryan Johnson subbing back in, taking that center forward position. Tries to shoulder in with authority, not able to get as much penetration as he would have liked against Cameron Ford, having such a presence. Euro step high off the back glass and good. Cade Tackmeyer, whether it's 23 or 32, you flip the number either way, and those are the two stalwarts right now for Carthage. Foul going to be called yet again on Ripon. First foul, however, by C.J. Brown out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, who is a Vermillion Community College transfer. The long-range three, not able to find it. Hustle opportunity. Picking up the pieces is Luke Meinholz. Started out the contest hot, slowed down of late, had a lot of help from his teammates. Almost poked away at about 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sub for each team, looking to line up to check in shortly. 5 with 4. Fadeaway from the free throw line and good. Jarton Davis, the pride of Brown Deer High School. Shot up and good. 3 balls starting to rain fire here at Tarble Arena. A.J. Johnson finds nothing but the bottom of the net. Strong pass to the right side, decides to take it himself. That was the right decision. Dominic Galati out of St. Pat's High School on the north side of Chicago, the 5'10 senior. Was on the baseline, the defender peeled off. He even looked for the pass, took another step, took the shot. Couldn't find that shot, Riley Brooks. Riley Brooks right now the leading scorer for Carthage at 15 points a game. None so far here this Tuesday evening in November. Looking left, not able to find it. Hands off, plenty of time for the Firebirds. Johnson pulls up a foot inside the free throw line. Didn't hit the rim, his younger/older brother. Shorter but older brother. With 3, with 2, looking for positioning, floats it up. Johnson, pass to pass to pass, but nothing happening. Outstanding turn of events. Defensively for Ripon, they just were not allowing any penetration, or I should say even a clean look while penetrating for the Firebirds. Taken away, pushing the pace. Nice job getting his first bucket of the evening, Riley Brooks. Again, with the absence of Antoine Nesbitt, the guard position. Who's going to step up? Sigel about to check back in. Rims out, no good. Johnson, the elder, able to get it. Dawn, crisp pass to the right side. Wide open for three. Can't find the bucket. Dawn a little bit late on trying to get the offensive board off the hop. 4 minutes remaining. Both teams 3 turnovers. Both teams absolutely even in the rebound category. Having checked in for Ripon, number 35, Michael Asman, the 6'7" freshman out of Kimberly, Wisconsin. 6'7", he's tall. Sigel does indeed check back in. Three-point lead for the Firebirds, 3:45 until half. Crisp pass inside, Johnson. Asman decides not to make the contact to force the and one. Can't leave either Johnson alone, but you can't allow Ryan Johnson to be under the basket undefended. Jarakovic not happy with the result of that whistle. Clean foul nonetheless, so proper call. Each team with 2 steals. Carthage 7 fast break points. Ripon 18 of their points from the paint. Looks off to the left, fading away, no good off the back iron. Johnson with the board. Pulls up for a 3 of his own. Brooks was feeling it, but it hit front iron. Asman trying to back in, right hook, good. That is Asman's first basket of the season. So a few players for the Redhawks getting their first baskets and points of the season. Floats in with the left hand and good. None other than number 15, the phenomenal A.J. Johnson. Screen at the top of the key by Asman. Thought about the 3 ball, pulling it back. Back and forth for Tackmeyer. Gets the matchup he wants against Dawn. Pump fakes. Thought about the 3-pointer. Inside, high off the backboard. And with that whistle, 2:03 remaining, 33-28. Firebirds lead. Another trifecta for Colton Sigel. Mark that, they're going to call it 2, 36-28. Close call. Second foul now on A.J. Williams. So he recently subbed back in, immediately gets his second foul. Hand in his face, contested. Dawn comes away with the rebound. That's that all-around player that Griffin Dawn is, I say, shades of Dan Marley from the Phoenix Suns of the early 90s, early to mid-90s. Up and good. 3-pointer, A.J. Williams. Ryan Johnson hits the ground. Johnson, I think, may have hit his head against the hardwood, so the trainer coming out to check on him. They're going to sub out Johnson right now. So in for Johnson for the Firebirds is Ash Oglesby. Still have Nemanja Stojic on the squad for Carthage. Fighting through, couldn't find it. Offensive board up and good. That's what happens the second Johnson hits the bench. Immediately you try to exploit that mismatch. And that's been the story all evening for Cameron Ford. Dawn, hard pass, intercepted. Breakaway. Lays it up, right hand, and a whistle called against Dawn. He tried to get his body in the lane. Didn't purposefully make any hand contact. It's one of those situations where you say, well, if you're going to foul him then, at least go for the ball. Don't just kind of stop your body while driving. You know, Dawn wasn't happy about that result, but rightfully so. 7-point lead for the Firebirds, 39-32, 28 seconds remaining. Free throw up, good. So an and one opportunity. Speaking of the big man, Stojic has been in the game, not yet today, but has played in 3 contests so far. So one of the other rotational big men. 6-point lead for the Firebirds, 39-33 with 24 seconds remaining. So with the shot clock off, Coach Jerakovic to draw up one more play before half. Appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Looking at some of the stats so far, Ripon, albeit down by 6, have not had a 3-pointer so far. Firebird 7 for 13. If you look at the points in the paint, that one really stands out yet again. 6-point advantage for Ripon, as well as 8 second chance points. So thank you to our graphics team for updating us with that. And it just kind of tells the tale of the evening. So Ripon and head coach Finko just more or less saying, don't foul them. Great defense. Coach Jerakovic saying, now's the time to go. And there's the foul. So that staunch defense forcing a foul. They had a foul to give. So Sigel now with the inbound, 5 seconds left. Now it's a tougher situation. Trying to push off, floats it, right hand, but a foul was called. So foul was called on the shot before it expired. So not sure if they're gonna put time back on the clock, maybe a tick or two. But at the line is gonna be A.J. Johnson. So 2 fouls in that sequence. First one forcing an inbounds with 5 seconds left. They're going to put half a second back on the shot clock. Johnson at the line to extend the lead, gets the first one. A.J. Johnson, a .667 free throw shooter. Second one rolls around, no good. And your score going into half, a 7-point lead for the Firebirds, 40-33. We'll take a break for halftime action right here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.
At this time, Carthage Athletics would like to thank the following corporate sponsors. All in all the stores located in Kenosha and Racine. Doctors of Physical Therapy, Comprehensive Orthopedics,
40-33 your score, 65 seconds away to the second half action here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Looking at some of the numbers, 16 for 32 for the Firebirds. How close is that to the 15 for 34 for the Red Hawks of Ripon College? Bench points, just about even. Points in the paint still favoring Ripon, 24-18. A little bit more for turnover, second chance points for Ripon. That goes along with those points in the paint and those second chance and rebounds. Fast break, dead even. So pretty much the differential today is that 3-point shooting for the two teams. And when you are 7 for 13 versus 0 for 6, and you see that the difference is 7 points. I'm not good at math, but you add 7 more points. It's a tie ball game, folks. Again, thank you for being with us on Thanksgiving Eve this Tuesday night in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Hope everybody's excited for potentially sharing time with family, friends, watching some good sports. We know we'll be enjoying ourselves. Getting possession are the Red Hawks in the Battle of the Birds. Welcome back here now on the Firebird Broadcasting Network, Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Off the coast of Lake Michigan. A chilly Tuesday evening, and that is how Ripon has been from long range as well, as they're looking to find their way back. Again, it's a close 7-point differential. Just been those 7 threes that's been the difference on the scoreboard at least. Driving in, floating, right hand and one. A.J. Williams drawing the contact, understandably so. Williams to make it a 10-point lead. Couldn't find it. Dawn tried to get the offensive board to no avail. Looking to drive in. Contact. Floats it up. Had to go a little bit higher on the arching shot. Couldn't find it. Firebirds back with the possession, up by 9. Shot up and good. Lead bounces to 11. Second basket of the evening for number 11, Riley Brooks, the leading scorer for the Firebirds coming into this contest. On the ground it goes. Dawn comes away with it. A.J. Johnson, Jericho yelling, get up the floor. Foul going to be called on the penetration against A.J. Johnson. Inbound to Williams. Bounce pass, kicked away. 15 seconds remain. More opening half numbers. Offensively speaking, 10 points by Tackmeyer in the first. Right behind him, 6 for Ford and 6 for Williams. Nice inbound pass, 2 players converged. Johnson looks way from downtown. Mark that, number 11, Riley Brooks. Bang, from way downtown. Brooks up to 7, 1 for 3. From the three-point line we spoke about how he had not yet started heating up. Saw it doing so there. Lead was 7. It is now a 7-0 run for the Firebirds to start half number 2 up 47-33. While we have a moment, let's look ahead to the upcoming schedule for the Firebirds. After today, they will be in Whitewater, Wisconsin, November the 30th, 5 o'clock, taking on the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. And then they are back home they're on the road, their first CCIW matchup against Illinois Wesleyan next Wednesday, December the 4th in Bloomington. And then they're back home Saturday the 7th of December against Knox College. Backing in, the pump fake. Floats out to the right. Thought about it, floats up, clean block. Thought there was contact, gets his own deflection. All over the court. And they're going to call a timeout. So I thought momentarily it was going to be a jump ball. But at the last moment, it was Dom Galati, who, again, was blocked, got the tip out of the air off the block, then fell to the ground, got the ball, called a timeout. Nonetheless, Carthage has the arrow once it is a jump ball. Let's look at the upcoming broadcast schedule for the Firebirds. 2 o'clock Saturday, it's going to be MSOE coming to town, taking on the women Firebirds. Next Wednesday, women's basketball versus Carroll. Thursday through Saturday of the 6th and 7th, the swim and dive. With the shot clock expiring, driving in, throws up off the left side of the backboard. Shot clock expires. Good defensive stand for Carthage. Ryan Johnson calling out the signal. Setting up at the top, driving in, layup with the left hand. Brooks thought he got fouled. Trying to float it in, can't get over. Once again, deflected right back. What an interesting sequence for Dom Galati the past 2 possessions. Going in, stole it away. Just kept shouldering in, was Colby Williams until he shouldered in one too many times that he shouldered the ball into Johnson. Johnson keeps possession, kicked around on the ground. Pulling up Brooks, front iron, no good. Still a 16-point lead for the Firebirds. Left hand up, not going to count. On the ground. Almost 4 full minutes into half number 2. 3-member line change for Ripon. Checking out is Galati. Again, what a hustle player. It's Dom Galati. Subbing out as well, C.J. Brown. Looking for 3. Absolutely heating up. Is it the shoes? Brooks up to 12 points. Miss, tipped, floor, possession for the Firebirds. So A.J. Williams going to get a quick spell. Elijah Thomas coming in. Johnson, 3 people against him. Ryan Johnson with the handoff. Has it poked from behind. Good court awareness by Mineholes. Doing it offensively and defensively for the Redhawks. Wants the 3-pointer. Finds the 3-pointer. Dawn didn't step up to get the hand in the face. of Tackmeyer, and you can't leave him open. First trifecta of the evening for Ripon. Brooks feeling it again along the bench with a hand in his face. Says no thank you. Almost a steal for Johnson. Jerakovic. The drive, the spin, the right hand, and good. That is beautiful basketball in the paint by Meinholz. Air ball's over the front, hitting the ground hard. Was Elijah Thomas. He bounces back up and runs it down, trying to find out who he should be marking right now. Spinning around, left hand, right hand, and good. Timeout going to be called by Jerakovic. Lead back down to 15. Nice little run for the Firebirds, or excuse me, against the Firebirds, as the Redhawks making it happen on this recent turn of events. It's 55-36. But then a little 4-point run for Ripon has caused the timeout. But with that being said, smart timeout, because not only was it the 4 points, it was just momentum was really shifting to the visiting Redhawks side of things, as it was just sloppy play offensively, passing not quite where Coach Jerakovic wanted it. And you just can't let Meinholz penetrate that deep and expect good things to happen. As for Ripon, looking at their upcoming schedule, after today, this Saturday, they're back home against the University of Wisconsin Superior. That'll be a 3 o'clock tip-off. And then Tuesday, December the 3rd, against the University of Wisconsin Oshkosh, before they start conference play against Illinois College. That's on the road in Jacksonville, Illinois, Saturday, December the 7th at 3. I'll say December the 3rd at 7. 7 at 3. Taking the step up. Johnson thought he should have taken it. The spin, nice baseline move. Elijah Thomas looked like he was going to kick it out to the top of the key. Planted the left foot, spun baseline layup with the right hand. His first field goal of the evening. Answering back is Ripon. Lead now sits 57-43. Plenty of time for the Redhawks to come back. Firebirds would love to score this win at home. Floating at the last moment, clean contact by the Redhawks. Driving in, just perfect lane penetration. Cade Tackmeyer, 15 points, clinical in his approach to driving the paint. Passing to Johnson. One time. Underneath yet again. Floats it up. Thought he'd get contact. Cameron Ford on his way back down fell on to Elijah Thomas. Able to bounce up okay. Looked worse than it was. Ripon, an opportunity to bring it to a single-digit lead with a three-pointer. Driving baseline, kicks out. Kind of rolled it on the ground but didn't have possession. Floats, right hand, no good. Defensive board for Johnson. Ripon finally misses one. Dawn drives, kicks out, wide open for three. Ryan Johnson couldn't find it. Crisp defensive board. Yet again, Cameron Ford. Garrett Arnold out of Thunder Ridge High School subs back in. Right to left, nothing there. Looks for the three-pointer from the corner, can't find it. Dawn tries to keep possession, diving down, poked away. Sigel now off to the near side for Arnold. It's a 5-0 run. Sigel wants three, finds it. Three ball, making it rain. What a job Sigel's done. Now 4 for 5 out of his field goals this evening. Heightened awareness from outside. So not only is Sigel 4 for 5 out of his last 5 shots, he's 3 for 4 out of his last 4. Driving in. Oh, potential jump ball opportunity. Trying to call a timeout. Are they going to give him a timeout? They're going to call a foul. So Colton Sigel went in to try to force the jump ball. Next thing you know, Tackmeyer. So a charge going to be called. So Tackmeyer then, just to finish the prior sequence, tried to call a timeout, and while he was bringing his hands up to call the timeout, a foul was called against Sigel, but then it goes right back on a foul against Ripon. Lead back to 15. Once again, that box-and-one defense by Ripon. Stepping in is Asman, the big man. Poke down, 5 seconds, turnaround floater, no good. Offensive board. Huge offensive board in the game now is Nemanja Stojic. We spoke about how he gets that crucial third big man playing time. Last year rotated in with Tony Bernero. Seeing it here. Rolls around, no good. Out of play, will that stay possession? It will. Staying possession for the Firebirds. Looking for the inbounds. Finds a Stojic. 15 seconds remain. Sigel floats up, Colton Sigel. There's not a basket he can't make. Looking for the handoff. Dribbling left side. Looks for three. Finds it. Puts the gun in the holster. Dom Galati. Galati, fifth leading scorer. Here's a three-pointer. Ripon trying to come back. Down by 12. 9 minutes remain. Stojic tries to get the and one. So A.J. Johnson to Stojic makes the first basket. Stojic, 1 point average on the season. So with that one free throw, looking to keep that average alive. Kicks out wide open spaces at the elbow. Sigel on the spot. Sigel wants it. Rolls around, no good. For three. Side iron, no good. Stojic once again making his presence known. On the offensive, Jarton Davis. Can the Redhawks make a run? Getting contact, they're going to call it. Late call. Shot and good. Meinholz. Meinholz now at a 12-point mark. Brings Ripon back to within 11, so smallest lead since right out of halftime. It was a 7-point lead going into half and was immediately extended to 14 in short order after a 7-0 run to start the second half for the Firebirds over the Redhawks. But with that being said, Ripon kept in it, didn't give up. Every time he felt Carthage might have been getting some momentum to put it away, take it away, didn't happen. Ripon kept close, Needs a run now. Needs to get to that single-digit mark by about the 4-minute mark. Appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. 63-52, your score. Let's crunch some of the numbers. 25 for 50 from the field. How about that, the Firebird shooting at such a good clip right now. On the flip side, Ripon 22 for 52, which, if you think about it, 42%, pretty good, but not quite 50%. The point in the paints, along with the point off turnover, differentiating, washing themselves out. And that's where we sit at this 63-52 lead with just about 7.5 remaining in the contest. Leading scorer is Tackmeyer with 15 for the visiting Redhawks. Same score for Brooks on the home front, 15 of his own right. Williams with 13 as well as Sigel at 13. Sigel floats it from the elbow. A rare miss for Colton Sigel this evening. Once again, Sigel going to get called for a foul. They're going at him with the physicality, but it's harder to push him off than maybe other players. So because of that repercussion, foul's going to be called. Driving in the abilities of one Luke Meinholz is just absolutely astounding. The long range rolls around, no good. A.J. Johnson make that Brooks thought he had it. Foul going to be called. Looks like it's going to go against Jarton Davis. And it is. Oh, excuse me. They're going to mark that against Cameron Ford. And that is Ford's 4th foul of the evening. Johnson makes the first. 7 fouls right now for Ripon. That'll be some extra attempts for the Firebirds the rest of the way. Rolls around, no good, 1 for 2 that sequence. Lead at 10. Ripon had cut it to single digits for the first time since moments into the second half. Another near miss for Tackmeyer. 6:15 remaining. Williams, right hand, left hand, layup and good. Looking to knock it off of somebody. Shouldering down, and they're going to call it a blocking foul. We're going to start calling Dominic Gallardi the Skywalker, because anything that's tipped into the air, whether it's his doing or not, he just has a nose for the ball and is able to get there. That time gets it, drives in, lowers the shoulder, gets the contact, and trailing by 12, an opportunity to bring it back down to 10. Gallardi makes the first easily. That one good. Off to the right, Sigel. Mishandle. Williams, fortunately enough, goes off the right shin of Meinholz. Looking for three, couldn't find it. Brooks has been feeling it today. The spin, right hand, no good, swatted down. And they're going to say possession stays with Ripon. So Brooks not happy about it, but the deflection that a Firebird hit, couldn't quite see who got contact from here, but they swatted it down, hit the bottom of the backboard, then hit the line on the way down. Lead still sits at 10, so plenty of time for the Firebirds. Dawn, right side. Sigel thought about the three, resetting it up for Brooks. Rims around, no good. He had the look. A.J. Johnson looking to sub back in. Jump ball going to be called. Possession for the Firebirds. What a nice sequence defensively for Carthage. Two Firebirds simultaneously got their hands on the ball as Tackmeyer was forcing his way into the lane. From right hand to left hand, from the elbow. Rolls around, just misses. Williams tries to force his way in. Resets up the attack for Carthage, 15 seconds. Prime lineup right now for the Firebirds. 10 seconds remain. Floats it in. Johnson, point blank, and one. Ryan Johnson with the beautiful float-in pass from his teammate. That's what happens when you get the height of Johnson underneath the basket. Advantage Firebirds. Johnson up and good. Old-fashioned three. Lead back to 13. Driving. Euro step. Rolls around. Rare miss. Point blank. Up again. No good. Johnson. Such a different team, this Firebird squad, than in years past. We know it would be that way. .345. Ripon's going to call a timeout. Trying to get a final run, final push in them. But again, when you kind of look at where things were last year, no two teams are ever the same, and we know that. But again, Antoine Nesbitt sidelined currently. No word on that, so we'll keep you attuned as the season goes on. But again, senior leader out of Maine South, Phil Vladovich, for all intents and purposes, a future Hall of Famer for this Carthage Firebird squad. Tony Bernero down low. You know, just a lot of players that had such huge impacts for this Firebird squad that allowed them to bang it in the paint and get down low and then fly high with Nesbitt. It's just a different team. It's a different style. Julian Campbell no longer on the squad as well, so that's why you see the Johnson brothers getting the playing time that they have. But still, when you have the one constant of head coach Steve Jarakovic in his 6th season, a lineage unlike any lineage in Carthage college sports, players may change, systems and styles may change, but the winning formula stays the same. Driving to the right. Driving in, Dawn loses the handle. Might have gone off his own foot. 10-point lead, so a very quick turn of events now. We spoke about the time is now for the Red Hawks. Tackmeyer picks up the dribble. They got Williams matched out 1-on-1 and in. The 3-ball. Dominic Galati lead down to 7. And the Ripon bench and fan base on their feet. Carthage was close to pulling away with this one, but as we said 2 timeouts ago, Ripon was just not going quietly. The turnaround jumper and good. Huge, huge basket for the Firebirds to go back up by 9. Looks for the reverse layup, couldn't find it, swatted it down. Plenty of players open. The bounce, the dribble, the shot to the right, thought he had it. Off the back iron, no good. Under 2 minutes remain. Firebirds with the defensive board can take 30 seconds off the clock while leading by 9. Carthage calling a timeout to assess where they are, where they want to be as the game is winding down. Again, we appreciate you being with us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. 71-62 your score. I'm Peter Ferreri. Back and forth battle in the opening half. Once again, Carthage extended to a 7-point lead. Going into halftime, pushed that up to 14. It then took all of 17 to 18 minutes for Ripon to get back within single digits, brought it back down to 7. But let's see what happens now. Carthage up by 9 with possession. A basket here really puts the clamp down on Ripon, who's had a good evening so far. Again, what's hurt is Ford sitting with 4 fouls, but A.J. Johnson 4 of his own. Ripon 5 for 18 from 3. So that number may come into play to try to come back into this one. Under 10 remains. Johnson drives, tries to go up with it. Williams off the palm. It was rolling down, couldn't get there. The shot up from way downtown, rolls, bounces, no good. Johnson gets the board. A crucial possession for the Firebirds. Up, still by 9. Want to use as much time as possible. Brooks, his own offensive board, swatted down, tries to get it, loses the handle. The pump fake, the 3, side iron, no good. Johnson gets the board and foul going to be called. That 3 would have absolutely put the Red Hawks back into this one. would have had them down by 6 with 50 seconds remaining. Huge rebound and subsequent foul, putting Johnson to the line. 2 for 3 from the free throw line so far. Make that 3 for 4. Good back rotation on both free throws. 4 for 5. Lead at 11. 45 seconds. Final possession potentially for Ripon if they can't find a bucket. Driving. Layup good. Timeout going to be called. So the Red Hawks still keeping in. No team in the CCIW's hit conference play yet. Augustana and Illinois Wesleyan both undefeated. Augustana 3-0 overall. Illinois Wesleyan at 5-0. And that's going to be the Firebirds' first conference game. North Central at 3-1. Milliken and North Park with 1 win apiece. So all CCIW teams with a win in non-conference play. Again, Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan voted to be at the top in that preseason poll, both getting 4 first place votes. Again, as you say, we said it earlier with Coach Jarakovic, players may change, but okay, we don't have the pounding within. But guess what? Then we'll just take it outside. Still a staunch defense. Things to work on for the Firebirds, but would love to come out of here above 500 heading into the holiday. Stick around as well. The post-game show, Coach Steve Jarakovic will join us. Win or loss each and every home game right here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Ripon getting the layup from the baseline and calling the immediate timeout. Full court pressure. Johnson ahead. Had Brooks. So a foul is going to be called. I believe it was against Brooks underneath. And good. Johnson absolutely feeling it now from that free throw line. 10-point lead. 3-pointer no good. And immediately fouled. Meinholz. So with 10 fouls, of course, they'll be at the line for 2. That's a key offensive point for the Firebirds, however, having the likes of Johnson and Williams. So many players so good at the free throw line. Second free throw up and good. Lead at 12. Taken away. Under 10 seconds remain. Johnson, hard foul against Jarton Davis. With 5 seconds remain. Dave's going to shoot 2. Shot up and good. And with 5 seconds, just letting them walk it off with 3 with 2 and 1. That'll be it. That'll be all she wrote. The Firebirds on a Tuesday evening in Kenosha at home defeat the visiting Redhawks of Ripon College once again 76-66. Leading scores offensively for the visiting Redhawks, 17 points for Meinholz, 15 for Tackmeyer, 10 apiece for Davis and Galati. For the Firebirds, 17 points for Williams, 15 apiece for Ryan Johnson and Brooks, as well as 13 for Sigel. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, the post-game show with Coach Jarakovic. We'll be back momentarily on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. And welcome into the post-game show here alongside victorious head coach, Coach Jarakovic. Steve, talk me through your home holidays in 2 days. How'd you keep the team focused, come away with a very, very good Ripon squad?
They're tenacious. Got me? There we go. Tenacious defensively. They're a really good defensive team. They got good size across the board, too. Coming in, number 34, Meinholz is averaging 7.5 steals per game through 4 games. So we wanted to value the basketball. I thought we did a good job of that. You know, we kind of got out of sorts a little bit. Went up to Platteville, really, really physical game against a top 2 team. Then went out to Anderson and played a team. It was just a unique style, right? Wide zone, 2-3. That this is a good one for us to get back into what we do best and try to get stops, lead into transition, get some early ball screen actions too, and I thought the guys did a heck of a job today.
Yeah, looking individually, you know, don't want to necessarily call everybody out, but Brooks coming in, already leading the team in scoring. He's been such a sight to see from up here. Talk to me through the impact he's had, not only in the offseason, but now so far 5 games into the season.
No, Riley we know he can score the basketball, and I thought we needed that little bit of a jolt early in the second half. He got us in that run. I think they had an early hit where, you know, got to 10 points, 12 points, whatever. He got it right back up to 17 to 20, I think, or 19, whatever it was. So you know he's going to be able to shoot the ball. I thought he was way more decisive in the second half early, getting downhill, getting to his spots, and if he can continue to do that, we're going to have a really fun year. But all in all, he did great. I was super proud of that first group off the bench in the first half. I thought that combination of Garrett Arnold getting his first real run after a concussion a couple weeks ago, Elijah Thomas was really good in his moments too. Who else was on that group right there? Tanner Lamb came in, hit a shot, and all around it was a total team effort, and we needed it, but it all started on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, talking about different stylistically, again, as I said on the broadcast, for those that might be joining us for the first time this season, it's a different team. You're still getting the same results. Talk to me through just the overarching theme of what we're going to see this year. It seemed a lot more speed, a lot more stretching the floor. It's not just, pounding it down low, but talk me through what we're expected to see.
That's a great point because we are a different team.
Yeah.
We're down 2 guys that scored majority of their points around the basket, Julian Campbell, Philip Olatovich. Those were guys that, you counted on for the last couple years, still for 5 years actually, and you kind of knew what you had there every single day. Hopefully Antoine gets back from his injury in the next week or 2. We're excited to get him back as well, but we're still learning. We're a new group. We got a lot of guys playing major minutes, guys that from Griffin Dawn, guys like Riley coming to fit in. Ryan Johnson now in a different role this year too. So we're still trying to play fast. We're trying to get up and down a little bit too in some of our early actions, but I think defense this year is what's going to make a difference. We can guard on the perimeter and disrupt people's flow into offense. That's what's going to make a difference.
Talk to me through Ryan Johnson really quickly. The maturity I saw today, again, he was outstanding at a freshman. But coming in now as a sophomore, truly already a starter, team leader down low, offensively, defensively, kind of does it all for you.
It's been hard on him early on. Some of these different styles really has not allowed him to get off to the start I think he wanted. But give him credit. He comes to work every single day. He's a true leader on the team. He does all the little stuff that we need and good teams need to be successful. And I couldn't be happier with Ryan's progression from freshman to sophomore year. Again, it's a different role right now for him too, but he's taking it on. He's getting more and more comfortable every single day in practice. This was a really good one for him today. Showing a little bit more of the face-up game. Going to knock down a 3 or 2 as we go on too. So, no, Ryan is just a special, special player. We're excited he's on our side.
You got the holidays in just about 48 hours. What's the plans there? And then leading into this weekend's matchup?
Recruit for the next couple days, and then get ready for a really good Whitewater team again. So our schedule does not get any easier. We knew going in this was a grind schedule, playing 2 top 25 teams on the road last week, going to a perennial power in Wisconsin Whitewater on Saturday. Then you start off conference with knocks in between, but you start up with 2 of the teams playing better than anybody right now in Illinois Wesleyan and Augustana. So grind continues. We got to come to work, get ready on Friday, and just prepare like we did these last couple days. That was the best part. We really enjoyed our practice moments the last couple days, which I thought helped us get off to a better start today.
Yeah, well, Coach, happiest of Thanksgiving holidays. Hope you enjoy. Good luck on the recruiting trail. We'll see you in a few days.
You as well. Thank you
for
everything.
Thanks, Coach. All right, then. Winning head coach Steve Jarakovic in his 6th year at the helm. Again, talked about what we kind of did throughout the broadcast. Changes happen here at Carthage, lineups, players, personnel, but one thing that stays the same with him at the helm, victory in Tarble Arena. We want to thank you all for joining us this Tuesday evening. For executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, Yam, Owen, Yam, he directed and camera. He did a little bit of everything for us today. Thank you up there. Holidays, short staff, but we got through it and it was great. This program has been a presentation of Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College, copyright 2024. Once again,